What's up, my homies? Here we are, another week, another day. How's everybody been? I am Con Vapes, along with the crew.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up, my homies? Here we are, another week, another day. How's it?
Someone needs to mute their what's going on, homies and stooges alike. My name is Vapor Swaggins, and I'm here so you don't have to be.
Yes, catchphrase.
That's the new catchphrase for Swaggins. Yes. It's a done deal.
I'm here so you don't have to be. All right.
First, by the way.
Alrighty, so we're gonna get this show on the road. We're gonna start with the what have we been vaping? Passing it off to you, James.
All right. Well, this week, guys, I've been rocking my L Thunder 2700 mod with Cosmonaut with the chubby cap on top. And inside of this, still rocking it, that Mango Millionaire from IVC. This stuff is delicious. Almost out. So, Dan, I'm going to be putting in another order pretty soon, man. So keep an eye out for that. And then I'm also on my Defiant Designs DS with the TM24 Pro. And inside of this, I have some Savage Marcellus. I don't have the bottle on me at the moment, but creamy lemon tart. I've been vaping this stuff for like months, and I can't put it down.
I'm liking that hand movement from one hand to the other without us noticing it. It's badass.
So anyway, that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Mr. Dan. On my Lanta.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
Good to hear. Today, I am vaping. My stuff's pretty much going to be the same. So I still got that Brushed Rage. I did upgrade to the Recurve. So my kind of first bout with single coils. I'm enjoying it. Single coil 0.24. I'm doing it at 35 watts, and I got some juice that I took a gamble on. It's by New Bliss. Probably can't see it too well.
New Bliss.
But it is a Alto apple. It is green apple through and through, and I'm enjoying it thoroughly. I also have my Squid Industries Double Barrel Fire Luke Mesh with the bubble glass on top, so I don't have to refill it every half hour. That's very nice to have. With another random juice that I had by Bear Fruit, it is Cocoa Brownie Pie. And I'm liking it, man. It's pretty good stuff. I like to switch it up.
That coconut?
No, it's a chocolate brownie pie. But
it's cocoa.
The logo is like a bear.
Like cacao.
Like a strawberry kind of thing. But I'm liking it. Pretty good. And as always, Grim Green Edition, Me One, with Independent Vapors Sweet Mint from their Pod Sophisticated Salt line. It is my go-to. I was a menthol smoker, and for mouth to lung stuff, I like to have a little bit of mint. So that's what I got.
Getting some menthols over here.
I will pass it off to Swaggins.
Hi, it's me. Hi. What's up, Ohmies? What's up, Stooges?
What up, Swag?
You like my new knickknacks? Hey, Demo, do you like my new knickknacks? This show's not sponsored by Abstract E-Liquid. I just got 840 mils of it for like 49 bucks. It's pretty good, man. I like 4 or 5, 4.5 out of the 7 flavors. I'm pretty good. I like it. I put it on my knuckle and I give it a little taste. We'll see what happens when I put it in an atomizer. But as everybody knows, I hate rewicking. So we'll see when that happens. What am I vaping on today? Today I'm vaping on the L Thunder mech tube with the Cosmonaut on top. I actually threw one of my Recurve drip tips on there, and inside of that I have a fresh bottle of Millionaire OG. This is literally my favorite vape of all time. I love it. It's a sherbet flavor, and it's delicious. The other vape that I'm vaping on is my Rage Squonk in Stormtrooper White by Homeboy OC and Defiant Designs. On top of that, I have a brand new addition to my ever-growing collection. That is the Recurve by Witofo and Mike Vapes, and I love these drip tips. I absolutely love them. Inside of that, I have Savage Marcellus. And what are you saying to yourself right now? That doesn't look like a regular cap. You know, the kind of cap that comes on a regular bottle. Well, that's because it isn't, Ohmies. It's a Wotofo drip converter. So basically, I just screw it on right on top, and then I can refill my squonks with it. It's amazing. It's really cheap. You can get it at lucidrda.com. You can get 15% off if you're a stooge. I won't tell you what the code is because you got to join the Facebook group. But if you're a stooge, you should just pick one up. If you're not a stooge, you should pick one up. Anyways, that's me. Vapor Swaggins. I'm here, so you don't have to be. I'm going to pass it off to Poon Sauce McNasty.
What's going on, everybody? I got more than one setup going on tonight, which is interesting. First of all, I got my Smoant Charon sitting on top of that. I got the drop. Fucking love this RDA. And in there, I got Lemon Berry, which is like one of my all-time favorite juices. Amazing. From Transistor. Second setup today, I got Fupu Drag with the Ghoul on top. For a single coil RDA, this thing is ridiculous. I love it. And in there, I got some M-Turk's Turkish blend, which is amazing. And that's pretty much it for me. Let's pass it off to Mrs. Michelle over here, our lovely guest.
Hello. Welcome to my neighborhood. Today is sponsored by the letter S for Swaggins.
Yeah.
And the number 420.
Oh, jeez. Twisted 419.
What am I doing? What am I vaping on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you vaping on, Michelle?
I am vaping on my Endura T20 tonight. No. My ass. I think whatever. I'm vaping on dual parallel Curad box with a OG recoil and Jess Marie double helix design tip. That's one. And then I'm vaping on. This is I've got my good camera, so you might actually have a chance of seeing this.
Oh, I see a
Vapor Swaggins.
I see a Vapor Swaggins.
This is Vapor Swaggins dual parallel box with a really super oddball J-Bow tank that I made into an Addy, and in honor of J-Bow, who I got to meet on the Vape Stew the other night, which was amazing.
Great show. It was a great show.
I'm just going to show this mod off. I'm not using it, but it's going in a box tonight to go to the UK, and I'm super proud of this one. And I don't think I'll ever make another one because it was such a massive pain in the ass. But this is the dual parallel squonker. Is that focusing at all?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
pretty.
That's so clean.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm going to miss this one. And last but not least is my mechanical dual parallel I made.
Ooh.
You can see the switch activate. You ready? Let's see. That's it. That little bit.
Ooh. That's a
quick one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one hits like a freight train. It hits like a ghost train.
Wouldn't want to put that one in your pocket.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't put it in my pocket anyway because it's like, you know, there's batteries, and you never put batteries in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, anyone knows that.
You know how we feel about battery safety here on the Ohmies.
Do I have stoner eyes right now?
No.
Probably.
Hey man, anybody that likes the Rolling Stones has stoner eyes. Let's just sweep that one under the rug right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that? Oh, and I'm vaping on I'm boring as hell. It's my DIY clove, which Swaggins is going to get a little bit of.
Yes, please.
Ooh, awesome.
By the way, I guess that a certain vaping with Ken wants somebody to say the F word. Yeah.
Hashtag fleef.
Fleef life.
Fleef. Swaggins, I want to hear like the robot voice say fleef.
Oh, I'll do that. I'll have to set that up next time. I don't have it set up.
Well, let's just go off air. No one really cares. They're not watching anyway. So
Ready?
let's turn it off and
all right, guys. So here we are. Thanks for coming. And remember,
vape on, friends.
All right. I think Michelle's still presented, by the way.
I think we got Clown still to tell us what he's vaping. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I pass it off to Clown now then?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I guess since it's his channel.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. I guess, it's important.
I guess I'm an important character over here. I like to sit quietly.
All right. Hey, Clown, what are you vaping on tonight?
I got my TM24 Pro on my red hexome. With that red
See, you don't have the Daily Vape TV hexome yet, do you?
No, I don't. No.
Yeah, still waiting on those.
I got mine. Got mine right here.
Show that off to the Ohmies after Cloud's done.
And then that I got Savage Marcellus.
My dude.
Done with that. And then next I got the Green 1.5 DHD drip tip white hexome.
Ooh.
It's just
Stabwood.
That's like my hemo life right there.
Yeah.
And in that I got my own brew. It's a fruit basket available on my site.
Did you say feet basket?
Yes, feet basket.
Ah.
No.
Just add an RUIT.
Yeah.
Pronounced it's fruit, but you pronounce it feet.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Foot basket.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's me right there.
Awesome, dude.
All right.
Super awesome.
So
Hey,
we're gonna move
awesome.
into some advocacy time because we need to talk about it. It's important stuff.
Mm-hmm. News and advocacy. I think there's one of the Ohmies that's running a competitive competition that's competitive and you compete, but it's really easy to compete in this competition. Why don't you tell us about this competitive competition, Dan?
That would be me. I have a giveaway going on my Instagram page, ohm.my.lambda on Instagram. There's a giveaway for a 240 ml bottle of IVC premium juice. There's 5 steps to do. You follow all the Ohmies. You like the post, you repost the post, you do a little hashtag, and the most important thing that you do is you go to the FDA comment period and leave a comment on what flavors have done for you. Because the FDA is going to try and take our flavors away so that we just have tobacco or menthol. I don't know about you, but if I didn't have fruits and desserts and different juices, there's no way I'd still be vaping. So we got to do our part. So I'm trying to help out. You can do a comment a day and send me a screenshot of you doing the comment and reposting the post again, and that'll get you another entry. And this goes to the comment period's over on June 19th. So it takes no time. Dude, I go there every day, and it takes me 5 minutes. You know what I mean? I sit there and just tell them if I didn't have flavors in e-juice, I would go back to smoking. Please don't let my son grow up with a smoking father. Boom. Name, information, sent. Done.
You don't even have to put your name and info in. You can just leave that all blank if you want.
I do, because if they want to talk to me, which they probably don't, I'm here to talk, man. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. I got this.
Show them your knickknacks.
Yeah.
Show them my knickknacks.
How do you give a dog a bone?
Yeah, so again, go to my Instagram. Do it.
But yeah, guys, honestly, the comment period is something that we really need to do. We've got less than, I think it's like a week and a half left, or like
15 days.
15 days. So just get on there, guys. Put your comments. Literally takes 5 minutes. I took 5 minutes before I even left for work this morning and put one in. You know what I mean? As I was sitting, doing my little hashtag Voop crew, as we call it in the Discord server. And honestly, that's all you need to do. It doesn't need to be a paragraph, like Dan's saying, just a few sentences, and just submit it.
And then share your screenshot to me. That gets you an entry. And
honestly,
there hasn't been a lot of people that do it. So let's get it done.
Today,
we got like 13,000 comments. We need to get to 100K at least, and it's not hard at all.
No.
Let everyone know. We have to do this. We need to push for it.
You want 240 mils of this. You just want it.
Or this. They're in 240 ml bottles, and you get your choice of one of them.
This is really good too.
Yeah, Parade Maker's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I got. So What other advocacy we got? Who am I throwing it to?
Can't even get some of this.
Well, I have some good news in advocacy. It
Yeah,
seems
go
as if
take it
though
away.
our neighbors to the north in Canada, I think it's called Canada.
The great
Canada.
state of Canada. You said it in the first episode.
Canada. They actually opened the floodgates to acceptance, full acceptance of vaping as a healthy alternative to smoking. We may have a link for you, but it's probably not going to pop up anytime soon. So just know that there's a lot of good stuff happening in Canada. Hopefully that leaks down, like it gets across the border, through the fence, and it infects the bureaucrats in our country who seem to want to say that this isn't a great thing. This isn't going to help us. It's going to be a detriment, because everybody else seems to be understanding that this is a great alternative to smoking cigarettes, and it's a lifesaver. And congratulations to our friends up north, where the polar bear reigns and the moose flies.
We got a bunch. Our chat's blowing up too right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hello, Twisted Messes.
Yeah,
I love your RDA.
Oh, wow.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I got one right here.
I also love your hat.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of rocking those today.
You have the best
Yeah.
snapback around.
I don't got one yet, but it's in the works.
Oh,
I'm working on
So
finding
isn't there another?
ginger oils.
Yeah, is there another state? Is there another state or state? Is there another country right now that
State Tech has a good question for later, FYI.
Okay, we'll go to some questions from the crew, from the Ohmies, and from chat in a second here. I think that, Dan, weren't you saying there was another country who just recently passed some positive legislature?
New Zealand passed and said that they are down with vaping now. Which
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It just keeps growing. I mean, we all want the U.S. to jump on board too, maybe one day, but that's why we got to keep fighting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We all got to do our part.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think I have a link for it, so I'll post that in there.
Demo. What do you call it? So we talked about the FDA comment period. We talked about a couple of positive things. Did you see any? You said you saw that Dave had something in chat that was worthwhile. Is it this comment? What got you? Oh, so we have a question for Michele Lynn. If you want, we can transition into that, unless anybody else had anything to say about news and advocacy. That's some news. That's some advocacy. Do you want to move us on forward there, Clown?
Yeah, sure. Let's move on. Yeah, I don't have anything other than fill up in comments. We did great for the Fund the Suit. Thank you guys for everybody that donated to it. You can still donate if you go to Right to Be Smoke Free. There will be a link somewhere in chat, and I have one in the comment and description down below. And yeah, seriously, if you guys still want to donate, you can. There's still availability to give, because I mean, this is just one step into leading into going up to Capitol Hill. I mean, that's what we're aiming for at this point. You know?
And then if this appeal does end up going through, then there's going to be, more funds that'll be needed, continue the suit to take it to the Supreme Court. So, just keep your guys' eyes out, donate when you can, and just stay informed, guys. And that's part of what we're trying to do for you guys is, every week kind of keep you guys updated on what's going on.
Yeah, get involved in a group.
Definitely.
That sounds like an AA sentence right there, but we are Vapers Anonymous. We're addicts that came from something bad and found something that's much, much better. Obviously, it's not as good as not smoking at all, but most of us here would be smoking if we didn't have an alternative like this. So get involved in a group. Look on Facebook, search Vaping with the Ohmies. We will welcome you with open arms. There's the Vape Stew group, Demo's Vape Lounge, the Daily Vape Cloud Crew, Namber Juice. I mean, there's so many groups where you can get involved in communities.
So many good communities.
Yeah.
So many good. Go join CASA.
Yeah, CASA. They have a Facebook group. You could join on their site, CASA.org. It's lots of good stuff there. They let you know what's going on. They keep you up to date. If something's happening within our area, they'll actually email you and let you know.
Yeah, calls to action.
Hey, Ohmies, I know you're excited about Twisted being here, but the real star of the show is the lovely Miss Michele Lynn Mods.
If you see, I made a nice little
Yeah.
song for her today.
That's super sweet.
Nice.
For real.
Are you kidding me?
And fuck Kent. Just stop asking. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We love you, Kent. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming by, man.
And he's got one of my
Rose.
most badass mods. He's got
such
my
a
pulse width modulation mod.
Oh,
that thing is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, that thing is sweet. I really do. I miss that one.
tell us more about the River Thames, Kent.
That was
Anyways,
awesome.
Michele, so I want to scroll up real quick, and I want to start with a question from a viewer. Let me go up to Dave. Did I lose it? Dave was asking about mods. Hey, Dave, maybe you could post it again, your question, if I can't find it.
Oh, it's right here. I got it.
You got it?
Says, I got the first question for Michele Lynn. When we get to it, what got you into making mods, and how was the first one you did compared to the ones you make now?
It's a good question. Good.
That is a good question.
Great question.
And that's why I'm not going to answer it. So, next question.
Sorry, Dave.
Sorry,
Sorry,
man.
bro.
How did I get into making mods? Honestly, I don't really remember. It was just, I was using like everybody else. I started vaping almost 5 years ago, and my first vape was like a Nautilus tank probably, or something of that line, and like like one of those little batteries with a button, basically, like whatever. Yeah, an Ego twist. No, it wasn't a twist. Sorry, that came later. But so I was using their stuff, and then I personally I like the Joytech products. They've been pretty reliable, and if they're not, I can take them apart and fix them because they're designed to come apart without too much trouble. And then I was messing around with like custom software on my Joytechs. And then finally, I'm like, screw this. I need to just start making my own mods. And because part of me was like, every time China dropped a new product, it's like, oh my God, I gotta go get that. And since I started making my own mods, like I don't give a rat's ass what comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a couple things getting excited for like this little Dreamer mech in my hand, which I fucking love.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't get all. So instead what happens is I sit and think about like how can I fit this type of mod into that box, and it's like there's all kinds of crap going around in my head all the time, and it's kind of just like the challenge. So I mean, I started building like box mods with like Hammond boxes and Alpine boxes,
Right.
just simple things like the plain old box mod.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't even remember exactly what it was. And believe it or not, the Altoids wasn't the first tin I made, nor was it the first one I was thinking of making. It's not this actual one, but it's sister, which Grim Green has, which is number 1. That's 001. That's the first Oldime I ever made, and he's got it. And it's actually, that's a really good mod to talk about because Satek's question went to how do they differ, and the one that I made for Nick has like like a MyTech switch on it, and then it has like this keystone, like an old-fashioned keystone batteries. Everything has to come out basically to change the batteries. You have to pull the whole thing out.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna pull my tank off real quick because I just stripped and it's gonna get all over the place otherwise. Anyway, so now I've updated it. It actually has a dual MOSFET, and it's not a MyTech. It's like a little board, which I don't think you'll be able to see, but you can see that there's battery tubes on this one.
Wow.
Okay,
So you just take out the battery, the tops, and you drop some batteries in. It's so much easier to deal
Making
with.
the unique even more unique. Well,
Yeah.
to interject just for a second. So
Sure.
I was always curious, with the Altoids tins, because you have a lot of vintage ones that like are, collector's edition ones that you make. Now, were you a collector? Did you collect Altoids tins before this, or is this something where you just went seeking, unique ones to make mods out of?
Well, I knew I wanted to use something kind of beat up a little bit, you know, a little, maybe even a little rusty. Like I did not want, like, I didn't want to just go out and get some Altoids, eat the Altoids and have a can. Like I wanted something that was like, you know, old. And so I went on to Etsy and I was just searching Etsy for Altoids. And that's where I keep going back to Etsy because that's where you'll find like the really unique ones, like, you know, like this super rare one.
I love
you know,
that one.
so I mean,
I love that one, by the way.
Yeah.
and that's also Etsy is where I found this, which I know a couple of people want.
Oh,
That's my build.
That's so sick.
That thing's so dope.
And it's, you know, dual parallel 30 amp battery, so this thing can fire real low.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic.
You're good.
No, I actually answered the question.
Yeah, and to finish Dave's question, it basically, I feel like my first mods, they were good, but I feel like I've gotten better at making them. I feel like my cuts are better. I mean, honestly, if you look at number 2, which Jennifer Berger Coleman has, that is an Altoids mod. That was a great mod.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, yeah, there's little differences, but I think honestly, all of my vapes are all a little different. So,
Quick thing before, just one thing. Hello to Christine Chua, because I just saw you say hello with an exclamation point, and I love positivity. Shout out to Jen Berger Coleman, by the way. Wow.
wow.
What do we call it? Thank you so much, Michelle, again for being here. Does anybody on the panel have anything they want to?
Yeah, it was great. I'll see you guys. Thanks so much for having me on.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
coming.
Bye.
I have
See ya.
so many more questions. For you. Can't wait for lunch next week.
I
It'll be
actually
great.
had a question. Like,
Sure.
what was it that actually got you? Like, how did you find out about vaping? Did you like have a friend that told you about it? Did you like see a video, or like was it just something you stumbled on?
It was something I stumbled upon. Well, okay, let me take that back. Yeah, actually, another musician friend. I saw him vaping at a gig I was doing with his then girlfriend, now wife. And I thought, like, wow, I just thought it looked cool. Like, you know, that's like great. Like he's doing it in the bar, and while the smokers are going outside, because at that point, you know, the bartenders were like really uptight about it. Plus, the vapes then were putting out like, you know, like little baby puffs.
Yeah, a little mouth.
Yeah, they weren't blowing weather systems. You know, it was just a little baby puff. But so I saw that, and then I think I went online, and I think my first e-cig was actually a company called, and I'm really like hitting the memory here, which is not great. Green Smokes. They were just cigalikes, and they had an amazing fucking clove flavor. Oh my god, it was so good. And then they stopped making it, and then so I went to like their coffee vape, and that was like okay. And then and that's what led me to like, you know, the little, you know, Nautiluses, like tanks like that, the Kanger tanks, you know, because I wanted to find a good clove, and it was just my search for like a good clove, and it's always been that.
Mm-hmm.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I mean, I want to know why James asks such delicious questions.
No, that was a great answer.
Michelle, can we get a little back history for those? I mean, there's probably a lot of people that do know. There may be some people that don't know. And for those that you do, be blessed and know that you get to hear it again, because this is my question for you. What is the significance behind Dull Dime mods? Why aren't they for sale, right? And how do you choose a person for a Dull Dime mod?
Okay, so I'm gonna just answer the first one right out front, get it done with, because I don't sell them because I'm an asshole. And I pride myself on being an asshole, and the only way I can be like the best asshole I can be is to do like a total asshole move like that, and you know,
I love it.
Yeah, so that's what. No, honest. Okay, so do you really want the answer to that?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
even if it means like your wife might. You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. My wife's watching, and we're not watching.
I forgot the question.
The question was, where did Dull Dimes, you know, where did they come from? the idea for the Dull Dime mod, and also why, you know, like how you choose somebody to get a Dull Dime, because it's not for sale.
So I'll start with the name. You'll probably have to refresh my memory for the next part. The name, first of all, it wasn't a Dull Dime mod first. The word or the name Dull Dime came along maybe 10 years ago or so. And it's, I started to book my, so I've been playing bass since I was 12 years old, and now I am considerably older than that. And I started playing, you know, live when I was like 16, and I've been playing music my entire life. And that's my thing. That's what I'm a musician. I'm not a modder. I mean, modding is a hobby.
You are a modder, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. Let's be okay. Anyway, so at some point I started to realize hey, we should be booking ourselves instead. You know what I mean? Because the booking agent's getting a cut for doing nothing. And so I wanted to come up with a name for that. And at the time, I was in a band called the Wounded Healers, and the Wounded Healers, we had a song called Shiny Penny. And my friend Jess, who was lead singer, and that was essentially her band, the song Shiny Penny was basically about some asshole standing her up on a date. But it got to the point where when we were playing it live, she'd love saying, I'm the Shiny Penny, and I'd be like, well, I guess I'm the Dull Dime. Nice. And so that's honestly, that's where it came from. And I come from a marketing background and a career that just literally burned me to, you know what I mean? Burned me to just completely burned me out. Yeah. And so I remember a friend of mine, Brian, he's like, yeah, but the word Dull Dime, that's not a good name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but that's exactly why I want that name.
Yeah.
It's
I love
dirty. It's not, you know what I mean? So
Michele Dull Dime is the anti-hero. You know, who's actually the real hero, let's be honest. Yeah. Batman's an anti-hero. He's the real hero.
When I started building, these tin mods, it just fell into place because it's I'm literally looking for mods that are showing a nice patina and Dull Dime mods. I mean, that's just perfect. So
great name. I love it.
And wait, so what was the second part?
How do you choose a person? How do you choose what's the parameters for being selected?
So when I first started making them, I knew I wanted to get Nick one. But then it was okay, well, do I make these and try to sell them? And then so one of them I actually did. I was like, okay, I'm going to sell this one. Let's see how that goes. And I was really nervous about it because I don't want one of my mods in a vapor's hands that doesn't know what they're doing, that doesn't understand battery safety, that doesn't know Ohm's law, that doesn't know how to build an Addy for a parallel box. This isn't adjustable, So, that was a pretty big fear of mine, which really made me hesitate. And I started to sell it, and I just got really annoyed by
questions.
Oh yeah, everything, just everything. I got annoyed by, and I finally decided, you know what, dude, I gave that one to someone, and it was just I'm not selling them because to me this is functional art. It's right. The tin is pure art. That is
absolutely.
But then building the mod and you get to use it, and I just love what that represents, but I don't want to make money from it.
Right.
I mean, honestly, because I enjoy it so much, and that will ruin it. Money ruins everything. So
that's what I love about the vaping industry, Michele, is that, it's not, everywhere else in popular culture, it's based on popularity. How many subscribers do you have? How well known are you? In Michele's case, she is a giant in this industry, but she's a giant because she's so small. It's almost like an oxymoron.
I'm very tiny. Like 3 feet tall. I'm squishing your head.
You look at the person that is looking for the least amount of thanks, and they're the most authentic. They're the reason why this industry is so magnetic, why there's so many of us that love each other and are consumed by the industry because of the community. Not even just the fact that we love vaping, we love flavors, right? By the way, flavor comments are still open until the 19th of this month.
And you better do it, because if I lose my clove, there is going to be fucking hell to pay.
Hold on.
Also, guys, I just dropped a link in the chat for Michele Lynn's Bandcamp. Go check it out and listen to her album because her music is actually like phenomenal.
Yeah.
I was listening to it the other day, and you literally can feel the music. So make sure you
it's
check
a
that
really
out.
good album.
Yeah.
For those that don't know,
it's
I
heavy.
made that album in memory of my son who passed away 4 years ago at 17. And that album is all about a mother's grief. You know, yes, even Buddy agrees. And it, you know, it's I had a lot of my Philadelphia musician friends, you know, help me out with it because I cannot sing to save my life. And all my friends have wonderful voices, so it was a good you know pairing, and it was also very just making the album was very healing, and you know try to make a good experience out of a really horrible one. So anyway, yeah, please check out my music, and James, thanks so much for posting that.
Without a doubt.
That outlet.
Since we're talking about the music aspect of things, did any of the other Ohmies have a question that was mod related before we kind of switch gears into the musical side of things? Yeah, sure.
I have a mod question.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Michelle, do you have any plans on making a series Dull Dime mod?
Okay. No, that is a really good question, and the reason I'm saying it's a really good question is because apparently you've bugged my house. And we need to address the fact that you bugged my house, man. And
I love
away from Michigan.
I love series boxes. I'm like Titan boxes series. Man, I rocked one of those for like 6 months straight. Whatever juice. Yeah. I just love that warm hot vape. And I'm just wondering if you.
Okay, so technically,
I'm guessing that's a yes.
Okay, wait, take it back. Technically, I've made a series box.
Okay.
Because a PWM box is a series box with a regulator on it.
Okay.
Sure.
So. But I actually, it's funny you mention it for real though, because I actually was thinking this I'd say best 4 or 5 days or so. I'm thinking like, you know what? Should I build myself a series box? I just don't generally, my thing is, I mean, I'll you know, build like 0.4, 0.45, 0.5 on a series box, but I just don't like crazy hot vapes like that. And, you know, I'll say this, if I end up picking someone to make a mod for, and I know that they're into series boxes, I will probably make them a series box, you know, because there's no sense in making them something they're not going to use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Good question, gang.
I got one for you, Michelle. Okay, so you know there's a lot of people out there who are trying to get into making their own mods and everything. There's a bunch of new guys who are thinking, I want to try doing this. So what advice would you give to them? Somebody who is looking to maybe making their own mods, trying to do it for themselves.
Good question.
Now that part I was talking about earlier about me being an asshole, now that part comes true. Because number one, I'm the worst teacher on the planet. You don't want to learn anything from me because I have no patience whatsoever. So number one, I don't like teaching people how to do anything because, okay, this is completely honest. And yes, I am that big of an ass. I feel like if you're going to make yourself a vintage tin mod, or, you know, as far as like musicianship, you know, like I built myself a wash tub bass. If you're going to make a wash tub bass, if you're going to make this kind of mod, I feel like you have to do the work.
Yeah.
You have to research how to make one.
Right.
You have to go get tins and just start cutting them up because believe me, you will go through a shit ton before you actually can handle making the proper cuts. You know, get a soldering iron, a really good soldering iron, learn the solder. I mean, there's so much that I would make someone do even before I started teaching them about that. You know?
But
I feel like you need to pay your due. I mean, if it's something that you want to make, then you know what? Don't rely on someone else. Do the research.
Yeah.
You have the freaking internet at your hands now, and figure out how to make a mod, and you will do it, and then you'll have so much pride because you weren't following someone else's instructions. You figured it out, and you made it.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what?
There
are so many like the mod makers and stuff like that. If you are really interested, there's so many places to look for that. And Michelle's absolutely right.
The other side of that is that, like, you know, in America, it's like fucking sue crazy. So it's like if I put a video on YouTube and I show you how to build a mod, and you do that, and then you blow yourself up, I'm I am screwed, and I have no money. You know, like what are you gonna take from me at this point? My soul.
You want to
So,
make a mod?
I don't.
Go for it. But otherwise, you know, buy a mod.
Well, Demo had a good idea. He was talking to me about doing something where like he would buy like a kit where like these vaping companies sell a kit where everything's included.
Oh yeah.
And then like I could like help him and at the same time show people like how to build like that kit. So it's not my mod.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I thought that was a good idea.
No, that's a great idea.
You know what, too? So, I mean, we could talk about this now or the next, like another time when we have Michelle on, because God knows that this Ohmie right here would love to have Michelle on.
Oh, absolutely.
But
of course.
Twisted Messes, I got to say, like, he's here and he's a really good dude. And, you know, for how this is another thing, for how big he may be in the industry, he can still hang out with the Ohmies, right?
Yeah,
I
actually
show interest in the industry as a whole, right?
I sent him a message on Instagram about an hour or two before the show, and so yeah, Kent, seriously, man, thanks so much for tuning in. I know I didn't give you any notice whatsoever, but I appreciate it. Everyone here appreciates it, and we should probably.
He's a very busy dude too.
Yeah,
let's get him on the fucking show.
Right, but that's the thing. He said PWM is the answer, and I want to point that out because I love PWM mods. I don't know if like even a quarter of the people in the chat really know what PWM is and how it works.
Well, and that's why Ken should come on and tell people.
Okay, fair enough. Do you want to transition into a couple shout outs with the chat, James? You want to shout out some people?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, I want to shout out Not So Scrawny Connie, one of the stooges that's always hanging out with us in the Discord. We got Mr. Ayo Vapes, another one of our friendly Discord members. We got the Vaping Miner, who's always tuning in with us. Glad to see you in the chat, buddy. Who else we got in here today? We've got
I see Matthew Carruthers.
Yep, Matthew Carruthers, my man, my dude, the legend. If you guys haven't seen his patina work that guy does,
check him out on
Instagram because it's insane.
Ooh, speaking of people that are talented, we got Sammy Nitro in the chat. 51.
Right here, buddy.
Yeah,
Sammy
right here.
Coils in here.
I think every one of my setups has 5150 coils in them. Shadowlink Vapor.
Can I just say that I talked to Sammy the other day, and him and Overdrip and Enders are planning on traveling across the border to visit me at IBC HQ, and I can't fucking wait.
That's awesome. Awesome, man.
Can't hardly wait.
I also want to give a huge shout out to Q80 Vapor Aziz. He can't be with us today because of work schedule. And dude, I'm glad to see that you at least came and hang out with us in the chat, dude. We miss you. Hopefully we can get you on next week. And
by the way, don't hate me, Dave, for this, but Dave was recently engaged to a beautiful woman, and she said yes. So hashtag she said yes. In the chat, please. Congratulations, buddy. I love you, man. You are the Supreme Stooge.
I did want to do a special shout out to Daily Vape TV, Stan from Vape Stew Crew.
Stan's not even here.
I don't care. Dan, Demo and
here.
And anybody else that has sent us well wishes on our upcoming wedding.
Yeah.
You guys are great, and we have felt the love. Seriously, all around. Just
you know what? Speaking of Daily Vape TV, I'm going to showcase myself here because I wanted to show off his.
Oh yeah, can you present?
Yeah, can you present me?
Exclusive.
Here's the premiere of Nick Bissett, Daily Vape TV's brand new
present.
Excellent.
There she is.
That's right.
It is a V3. You're right. You're thinking in your mind right now. Is that a V3?
X1 in the chat if you want
I know.
make those. X1 in the chat if you want Nick to make those as his.
You guys seeing it here first.
I know I gotta go check chat so I can see when he writes. He's gonna write Michele Lynn. Fuck you.
Yeah.
No,
Olivia, by the way, we don't want to forget Olivia Lee. And Shima, nice to see you guys again.
And as always, Miss Clownette, the mother herself.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
Shadowlink Vapor too, man. He's always hanging out with us. Great dude.
What's
Black,
up,
Max
Wagner?
Jay Shima, Vaping Miner.
Next one's rolling, Nick. You got your design. Start making it.
Really quick, just to keep it on level before we kind of transition here. We did ask some of the in some of the groups on Facebook if anybody had any questions to email us. Our email is vapin with the ohmies at gmail.com. So we may be doing that in the future. If we ever have guests on, you want to ask them questions. We had one specific question that we thought was really great, and I thought specifically was really great from Connie, not so scrawny Connie. We love you, Connie, by the way. You always ask such good questions.
Yeah,
she's on top of it, dude.
So continue to do so. But her question was music related. So I figured it was good to wait until like kind of after the mod maker talk and then talk about what a lot of us are passionate about, but what you've actually been doing for a very long time, Michele. But her question was, when you write songs, do you have a tune in mind before the lyrics, or do you write your lyrics first? I'm curious as to your creative process. Thanks, and you are awesome. That's Connie.
Thank you, Connie. So everyone that I know has a different technique. No one approaches it the same way. You know, I know some people that need to be high on life to write a song. You know, some people, you know, you have to be in a certain state of mind. You know, they go to certain places. I mean, there's so many things. Me personally, and it's the reason my music is so fucking depressing. It's that I wait until I'm like in the absolute like bowels, the pit of despair, and then the words flow. You know, and you know, I've got a really good friend of mine, Grizz, who can't write music or can't write lyrics until he has the music. I usually write the lyrics before the music. You know, once in a blue moon, it'll work out a different way where you come up with the music. But I mean, you don't overthink it. Just let it happen. You know, you learn where you need to be mentally to write, and just don't get in the way of yourself.
Yeah, I kind of like to chime in on this because I haven't done it in a while, but I used to do a little bit of songwriting and stuff when I was in high school, and that's kind of like how it is for me too. Like for a lot of songs that I wrote, I usually had the lyrics first before I even came up with the melody or anything like that, and then you know, just like how you said, and then sometimes there's that one time where you kind of just come up with a melody, and then you know it just goes the other way around. But it usually comes from, you know, just like where I'm at that moment in time, you know, the feeling that are like going through my head. It's
I probably have like nice. Sorry, a piece of a mod I was taking apart just stuck to me. I have probably close to 100, you know, poems / lyrics that are just, you know, sit there, and probably the majority of them will never make it into music, because a lot of times, like I'll write something, and James, you probably are going to chime in right after this, because I guarantee you that you're on the same wavelength here. You write something, and then the next day you're like, wow, that's good, or wow, that is total shit. Burn
or just straight 100%. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, there's been times where I've gone to sleep with like lyrics in my head, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's perfect, you know, and then I wake up the next morning and I look back at what I just wrote down, and it's just like, oh, well, what if I add this here, or take this out? Yeah. Sometimes I look at it and just like, you don't have to change it. You know what I mean?
All right. You know what? Can I talk for a couple seconds about the album? Because it directly relates to this question, actually.
Absolutely. Can someone throw a link into Michele's Bandcamp?
Bandcamp. Yeah. Or you can find my album on iTunes. Honestly, anywhere. You can find it anywhere.
Thanks, James.
Just Michele Lynn, Michele with one L, and the album is Vilomad, Vilomaahed. So on my album, you know, these are songs that like, okay, I liked, and we made demos of, you know, because by the time you go to the studio, you have to have all your demos, have everything worked out, because studio time is crazy expensive. Oh, yeah. You know, so you know, we recorded the album, and you know, it came out and won awards, and so it did really well. But when I listen to it, I definitely don't hear it the way someone else does. I hear like songs that are like, you know, other people have told me they like, and I'm just like, man, I fucking hate that song now. Like,
you ever do? When you're talking about the writing lyrics, you ever do a thing where you look back at like really old songs you've written and think about what the hell was I thinking when I wrote that?
No, when I'm about to
Really?
write, I like to have kind of like an empty head, and because I feel like anything I read is going to influence what I'm about to write. So I don't like to do that. I mean, I will at times go back and read what I wrote, but not when I'm trying to.
I mean, more like looking at like say lyrics that make it into a song, and they're from like say 10 years ago or something like that.
So like if you listen to my album, the first song I still like, but it was absolutely brutal to record, and if you listen to it, you'll know exactly why. I literally had to leave the studio for like a half an hour because I was bawling. But the album itself, there's a song on there called In Memoriam, and that's one of those songs where even to this day, I'm still proud of those lyrics, and I'm proud of that song. I'm proud of the way we made like the bass line, the rhythm, and the rhythm, the guitar. I mean, the bass. Anyway, you get the idea.
Yeah.
But that's and it didn't win awards. It didn't win anything. But that's my favorite song on there, and it still speaks to me. And I am rambling because I am
Passionate about music.
passionate about music.
Yes.
I got
Applause for these wagons.
Like honestly, Michelle, like I feel like me and you could have a full-on hour-long conversation about music. Like
No doubt.
That's why, honestly, I want to have. We're gonna have Michelle on again.
Absolutely.
It's not even a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next
I
one,
will.
if Michelle should come back on the show. X2, if Michelle should never go on YouTube ever again.
You know what?
I better see X1.
Yeah, if there are any X2s, it doesn't matter. Your opinion
Yeah.
is wiped out of
I
the.
got a question for Michelle.
Sure.
Okay.
It's a music question. You play music and all. What's your go-to music to listen to? Like I take it you don't listen to your music all the time. So like, who's some of your favorite artists?
Oh no, I only listen to myself. I don't listen to anyone.
Oh, she's a purist.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a purist.
She's
No,
she's a me purist.
There'll be times where like I'm like playing a song for someone, and I'm just like I can't fucking do this. I can't listen to my. It's like sorry.
I'm the same way because any family party we have or any gathering, my dad's like, grab your guitar and start. I'm just like, damn.
All right, I want the people in chat who are at their computers or their phone or wherever, either open up an app like you can jot something down or get a piece of paper and a pen, because I'm going to talk about a couple of bands that I would love for people to go check out.
Oh, let me get my little sticky notes here.
She's giving you time, so you have no excuse. In the meantime, I'm here, so you don't have to be.
Right. And remember, it'll hurt you more than it hurts me. And you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it dance.
Yes. Now shake it off and step up.
That's right. Deep thoughts with Michele Lynn. Wait, what were we talking about again?
You're gonna give them some bands.
Oh,
You're gonna give them some
artists.
bands.
okay. So who do I listen to? That is a fucking great question. That's the best question of the night. We have a winner. I listen to mostly my friends. There are so many wonderful, wonderful musicians in Philly. And I would love for everyone out there to be able to at least give them a little listen, because they're amazing bands. My personal favorite Philadelphia band, and this sounds like a dick move because like, oh, what, your other friends are going to be insulted, but everyone already knows this. My favorite Philadelphia band is a band called Tin Bird Choir. It's two of my really good friends, Heather and Eric Herlock, husband and wife, and they write the most amazing songs. The Ballad of Sad Tom is one of their songs, and it might be one of my favorite songs of all time of any
What
band.
genre?
I would say most of my friends were kind of like in Americana, like
Folky?
not quite singer-songwritery, not quite like bluegrass. I mean,
Yeah.
and believe it or not, there's a huge like Philly folk scene, huge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, if you're looking for death metal, no, but please check out Timber Choir. Another band that you should definitely check out is Andrea Nardello, Nardello. That is the band that I play bass for. That's my main gig. Even though I have my own music isn't my main gig. My main gig is her band, and I love her dearly. I've been playing for her for a long time. I love everyone in the band. It's just their family. They're except family that doesn't suck. So check out Andrea Nardello. Check out let's see. Who am I gonna not piss off? I'm trying to like be a little bit.
Come on, your 3 favorites. You're an asshole, remember?
All right. Was it just 3 favorites?
I mean, we have time for 2
All right.
more.
I'm gonna go outside of Philadelphia because when my soul needs some kind of cleansing and chill time, I hit up Dave Matthews Band.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
Fuck you to the haters
Absolutely.
because I love Dave Matthews
Tripping
Band. And
Billy. If you don't
this
like
bitch-
it, you're a communist.
yeah, you're a commie.
I'm
This
sorry,
bitch
man, I'm a
actually
commie.
is friends with Tim Reynolds from the Dave Matthews
I'm
Band,
clown.
and
That's
I
awesome.
think
This is not
Yeah.
my thing. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's amazing. They're a fucking great band.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's one other Philly artist that I would really like to call out. Actually, there's a couple more, but Chris Casper with a K, Kasper. Chris Casper makes the most wonderful music. It's definitely Americana. Is great songwriter, and he has a woman who plays with him whose name is Kylie Ryan, and she's an amazing fiddle player, and she sings backup vocals. And when you get completely hooked on Chris Casper, which you will, then go check out a band called Foxhound, because that's basically Chris and I wish I hadn't.
Chris Casper has great music.
Chris Casper
And
his fiddle player, who's I don't know what the hell is going on in my brain, but anyway, where they alternate like singing lead and things like that, and I'm done.
terrific.
Awesome.
Well, awesome. Before I give it over to you, Clown, because I'm a selfish prick, and that's the Vapor Swaggin's way, my dude. I'm an asshole too. That's probably why me and myself and also Michele Lynn get along so well together. But I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Enders. I don't know if you're here, Enders, of their game, but you are about to have a child. Enders is about to have a baby. Not him, but his wife, his lovely wife, is about to have a baby, and we just want to send all of the wows to you, my good sir.
Wow. 100%. Wow.
100%. You're having a boy. Wow.
Wow.
Good luck with that, bro.
I hope it's a boy. I don't
I
remember.
think it's a boy.
I hope it's a healthy baby.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Healthy
that's
with
really
all
matters.
6 fingers and all 11.
You ever notice there's always that asshole that has to say,
Fun
well,
thing.
I hope it's a healthy baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyone been
Clown.
looking in the chat, everyone thinks I live in a swamp, and there's a hashtag fund the fan.
Hashtag fun the fan.
Seriously, dude.
Hashtag foggy as fuck.
Seriously, man.
I've been
You
sitting
like
here.
Louisiana so much. That's the thing.
I've been waiting for Swamp Thing to come out from behind that like door over there.
That's the best thing I've seen all day.
Are you in New Orleans?
I will get better lighting, I promise. It's just going to take a minute.
We're working on it, guys. We're working on it.
Hashtag foggy.
Live in
as
the
fuck.
fog with me, everyone. Just live in the fog.
I love it.
Oh, thank you, whoever gave me a wrench.
Absolutely.
Splendid.
Because when I started, I didn't have one. And I was just thinking, I probably wouldn't have been able to write that in the chat if I didn't have a wrench.
Hey, Clown.
Of course. All right, guys. Our hour is coming to a close. Any final thoughts from anybody? Anything they want to promote or
Hey, Poon
remind
Sauce,
people
what do you
of?
think about all this?
About what?
The
It all.
show, dude.
The show, yeah.
Michele Lynn. What are your thoughts on Michele Lynn?
She's an amazing person. I think the best thing that I've seen her do involving me was she made that picture. I don't know if you guys have seen it on my Instagram, but she made like a 30-ml juice bottle with my name on it. And it was the
Oh,
greatest thing
yeah.
I've ever seen in
Oh
my
yes.
There's a bottle of poon sauce.
Yeah. Also, if you
Really?
guys didn't know, Michele Lynn is a pretty damn good Photoshopper.
life. Yeah.
No, I don't even know Photoshop. I don't even know how to do it. That's not me. You have me confused with someone else. Because then you start getting, hey, can you Photoshop this into that?
Oh no, that's what we got Mr. Cardmont for.
There you go.
He's our in-house Photoshopper.
I'm kind of
He is a badass.
when Cardmon's absent. I just kind of, all right, I got you until Cardmon comes back.
Yeah.
Swaggins is pretty good as well in the Discord, which everyone should be a part of the Discord if they go join the Vape Stew crew on Facebook.
That is
You
the
might
worst.
have
Yes.
moments to where you're on there at like 4 a.m.
Answer the questions. Make sure you answer the questions or you will not be accepted. We want you to be accepted. If you don't answer the questions, you're not cool. Back to
Any
you,
group that you add that we have mentioned throughout the show, answer the questions.
Yes.
I am an admin for the Daily Vape crew,
Yeah.
and we have about 20 entries, no answers. It's frustrating.
Oh wait! Oh my God! I almost forgot. Before we sign off, I have like breaking news.
This just in with
This-
Vaping with the Ohmies.
I have a confession to make.
Yes. Tell me your.
I don't vape. All the shit that you see here, it's all CGI. This is like, watch this. Check it out.
Whoa.
CGI, folks. Not
That wasn't
me.
real vapor.
No.
That is
That is some top notch stuff right
You're
there.
a great big
we
Tony.
will talk more about that on the next installment of Vaping with the
Vaping
Ohmies.
Ohmies.
Hey, clown, take it on out.
Till
All
next
right,
week.
guys. Till next week. Vape on, mix on.
Later.